Welcome to Casual Sports Talk, brought to you by Richcom TV, one of the lowest budget productions you will ever see on YouTube. Here on Casual Sports Talk, what we like to do is talk sports. It's that simple. We don't try to make it too difficult. We just have the same kind of conversations you probably have with your friends at the bar. I sat down with a really good friend of mine just to talk on camera about the thing that we talk about most, sports. On this occasion, it was about the NFL. We got to hang out, and we were also joined by an amazing talent, certainly the cutest member of the team, Baby Santi. Let's take a look. He thinks Tom Brady is awesome.
He does, actually. During the entire Super Bowl, until they scored a touchdown, he was smiling. And I looked at him, I'm like, you know, myself. I think New England's going to come back, probably win the Super Bowl this year, okay? For me, I feel like it's going to be scripted. He's going to walk off into the sunset after the Super Bowl. He's going to have 6 Super Bowl rings. He's going to tie Pittsburgh's all-time record.
Right.
I think Vince McMahon
and
is it Goodell?
Roger Goodell
yeah.
working together.
With Donald Trump.
Because they couldn't get that XFL off the ground.
True. There you go. So some way you got to come up with, like, you know, Vince McMahon writes the stories. Goodell signs off on it. Tom Brady is your face of the NFL now.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Another quarterback that's being talked about right now is Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
Now we know Dak Prescott kind of took his job.
Yep.
We understand that Jerry Jones has made some comments that make you kind of scared, because he has talked about recently. He came out and said, "Well, this offense was built for Tony Romo," and a lot of people are afraid he's going to start him next season. What would be the best situation for Tony Romo?
Best situation.
Like, where should he go?
I look at it like this: like we were talking about earlier with the Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning. You have Romo, who's injury prone. Okay, you've got a new young quarterback that you could potentially be the future of your team. Mm-hmm. Took you to the playoffs, and I don't blame him for that loss in the playoffs at all. Okay, I mean Green Bay.
It was rough.
Green Bay played a great game.
Right.
I mean, straight up. I mean, that's.
And I believe if the Cowboys didn't have such a bad first half,
yeah,
they'd be totally different.
I think the best game of the playoffs was the Green Bay Dallas game. Okay,
close,
minus the Super Bowl, I guess, if you want to count that fourth quarter. but no, I mean seriously. Dak Prescott is your future. You have an injury-prone quarterback in Tony Romo who hits your cap, okay? Now, you have teams out there that are in desperate need of a quarterback. I mean, yeah, you could go as far as Cleveland. Cleveland always needs a quarterback. Well, they've got Robert Griffin, okay? Another injury-prone quarterback. But there is a team that I think that's structured enough that Romo would succeed in. And to me, that's Denver, okay? Mm-hmm. I think that part of Denver's issues that their quarterback started off great, and then towards the end wasn't doing as great.
He kind of fell off.
He fell off, okay? You know,
and also not very. I don't know if Paxton Lynch or Simeon really has that long bomb.
I don't know
because Romo can.
I think Romo does have that. Romo, to me, in my opinion, I think Romo is a good quarterback. Mm-hmm. I think he's worth a stab at. But
I think what happened was the Cowboys didn't put the pieces around him during his prime. He didn't have an offensive line for most of his career.
Yeah.
And then when they finally started getting their act together with the drafts, he was already broken.
Yeah. Where are you going to invest your future in? Mm-hmm. Are you really going to invest it in Tony Romo, who could potentially get hurt, and then you've got, maybe Dak Prescott as a backup, all right? Or do you just go with Dak Prescott, continue doing that? You know, your team seems to be working well with him, and then that, and with Elliott now as well. I mean, you have basically your Aikman, Smith combo again in Dallas. Who's to say that offense would be as well refined as it was during the season if it was even Romo behind the helm?
Exactly, and here's the thing too: is now we bring into that compare and contrast of like what's good for Romo, but what's good for the Cowboys. Now, there's 2 things that I think are really good for the Cowboys. Like, I don't think keeping Romo as the starter is good for the Cowboys. One scenario is that you keep Romo somehow as a backup if you can convince him to back up Dak Prescott, because that is a great backup to have if something happens to Dak. But I think the ultimate scenario is get some pieces while you can.
Yep.
Trade Romo off and get something for him. If you cut him, that is good for Romo, but not necessarily great for the Cowboys.
good for the Cowboys is having Romo as a backup. I totally agree with that, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
But you're looking at a quarterback that's older now. He's looking at, retirement is down the road. It's right there. It's getting closer and closer with each season. Okay, and he hasn't won a Super Bowl. He hasn't even made it to the Super Bowl. What's good I think for both parties moving forward is a trade. I think a trade to Denver,
Right.
for some draft picks. I don't think you can get a first round pick out of Denver.
And Elway just came out and said they would not trade for him. Whether that's bolstering or not, but they said that they would sign him if he was a free agent, but they would not take on that money
Okay,
in
well,
trade.
I think it's foolish. But then again, I'm also not a GM.
Right,
So,
for sure.
Right? For me, I look at Denver has everything in place already. It just needs a quarterback. It really does.
Oh, I believe you. And I believe, you might get a Super Bowl out of that.
I do think you get a Super Bowl out of Romo. I think you
In
help
Denver.
take pressure off of Simeon to develop him for another season or two. He's got the abilities to do it. He just, I think, needs a little bit more time to
A
develop.
little bit more time.
Okay? I think Romo buys you that time, and then you fall into Simeon after Romo leaves. Because what better mentor can you have than Romo?
Correct. And Romo, by all accounts, has been a great guy. He
Yes,
knows
he's
how
a
to
team
handle
player.
yourself off
He's a team
field. He
player.
knows how to handle yourself on field. Now, there's something I just thought of when you said that. Developing Simeon. Now, you put Romo 2 to 3 seasons in Denver. That gives you plenty of time for Tom Brady to leave the AFC. And now you don't have that
Anymore, and
crazy
then you've
team
got
to fight
Simeon.
against you.
Yep.
And now you'll be able to succeed. Because then
think
you'll
from
probably be playing against the Dolphins.
From a future standpoint and investment-wise, I think it would be somewhat of a smart move. Then again, like I said, I'm not an NFL GM. Okay, those are the hard decisions that Elway's going to have to make. If he really believes that it's not worth it, because at most that you'd have to give up is probably a second-round pick with some other picks as well. Okay, you're not going to give up your first pick for him because you understand telling the Dallas Cowboys, I'm taking up that money if we trade. Okay,
Right.
I'm not giving you my first round. You may even be able to go as far as not even giving up your second. Okay. That might be a stretch, but I think you could somehow finagle it because, if Dallas loses that for their cap space, you can bring in the talent that you need to.
And that's what I
for
think
Dallas.
Cowboy fans like me are hoping is that somehow we're going to go get some kind of pass rusher.
Yeah.
Some
So,
major pass
it
rusher.
might be worth it for,
I would
for the
love
Cowboys.
my ultimate
just to pick up a
scenario.
third-round pick for
If
him.
he could go to Denver, what I would love is you trade Romo to Denver for maybe a second or third round pick, and we get Ware back.
No way, dude. Denver is not going to give up Ware.
I would love to have DeMarcus Ware back.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is not Madden. But in the real world, you're right. I think that it's okay to lose a second or third round pick for a season, maybe 2. I would not give up more than
Especially
that.
if you have a quarterback you're at least going to be able to handle.
Yeah, I would not give up more than that. You don't want to lose that first round pick because you definitely going to need that probably for an offensive line. Okay, the line I think still needs. It lacks. I think that's
Lacks
probably
a little bit.
A little bit, but for the most part, other than that, the team seems really well oiled. And so you throw in a good quarterback like Romo, you help protect him.
I think he'd be great for Demaryius Thomas.
Yes, I think he would.
I think that's going to be an amazing because Demaryius Thomas. Okay, my biggest knock on Des Bryant is the fact that has never been a great route runner, and he does things that you just boggle your mind sometimes.
Yep.
He stays in because he'll make some big catches every once in a while where you're like, man, why can't you do that? But you can't move him around. You can't move Des Bryant around because he can only do one thing.
Yep.
Demaryius Thomas is a better athlete, in my opinion, or as far as mentally. He can do things that Bryant can't, and Romo would love that. But I think he's going to end up with the Texans.
Oh, God.
I think he's going to end up in Houston because O'Brien has to really do something this year to erase that mistake that he
Brock
did not
Osweiler?
make.
Yeah.
It was the organization that made that. They didn't even get to meet with Osweiler before they signed him. And so I think they do that strategy.
Somebody jumped the gun in there.
Someone messed that one up. Well, then what could Tony Romo actually give to a team? What does he give you? Let's just say the scenario you put up is that he goes to Denver. What does he give Denver in 3 seasons? Because he's only got 3 or 4 left.
I think he gets him to the Super Bowl. I don't know if he'll win it. I think he can get him to the Super Bowl. Especially against Tom Brady.
Denver, do you think he could get Houston to the Super Bowl?
No.
With a healthy J.J. Watt?
No.
No?
I don't think the offensive pieces are enough there in Houston to help Romo.
So you don't think Houston gets to a Super Bowl with Romo?
No. No, I don't.
3 seasons.
I don't think Houston's that good.
Okay. Makes sense.
Granted, they beat.
What if he goes to the Jets?
Then he'll get hurt again. So
There's that.
there's that. Yeah. No, I think the Houston Texans. The reason why they're somewhat good is because they benefited from Carr being hurt.
For sure. And that, so kind of brings me to the Raiders. Derek Carr, if he fully recovers, how far can he take the Raiders?
I think he takes the Raiders to the Super Bowl. He
Like,
just has to.
automatically.
I don't know if he's going to do it next season. I think he's going to be a little more gun shy coming into the season just because of that injury. Okay, I think after any injury, you're going to be scared. I mean, I tore my ACL, and the first time I played soccer again, I was scared. You don't know how that injury is going to hold up. If the recovery is good enough, things like that. You don't know what's going to happen. But I think after he gets enough games under his belt and gets those jitters gone, I think he can fall back into his groove. It's just you got to keep him healthy. You got to protect. He is your future, and you have to protect him.
And with the Raiders, so Raiders signed Del Rio to a 4-year contract. They extended it. Within those 4 years, you think they get to a Super Bowl?
I think so. So the struggle for the Raiders, and it's going to show it, is being able to keep Carr healthy. You don't want him to get hit. You don't want him to get sacked as many times as he did. You don't want him to get hurt. That's what's going to help you to get to the Super Bowl and hopefully win it. I think you can get him to the Super Bowl. I don't know if ultimately he's going to be able to win it because you don't know what the team is that he's going to play against. I just know that you have an aging Tom Brady. You have an aging Ben Roethlisberger. You have up-and-coming other young quarterbacks that are still developing, whereas I think Carr's already reached that development point.
Right.
And he's going to continue to
And the shift
succeed.
is happening. We're having another shift
Yep.
in the league. All those greats are going away,
Yep.
so new greats are coming.
Exactly.
Okay, so I got a little game here we're gonna play.
There we go. Here's the game.
It's called Overrated Underrated. So I'm gonna give you a name,
Let's
and
do
you
this.
gotta tell me if they're overrated or underrated.
Okay, let's go.
Or if you just want to say no comment.
I'll give you an opinion.
All right.
Might be a personal opinion. Might not just be sport statistical wise opinion.
Tony Romo. Overrated or underrated?
I think he's underrated. I think he's underrated because he's been hurt so many times that he hasn't been given the chance to actually prove himself to the world. That's
Kyrie
mine.
Irving.
Underrated. I think he's got some skill there. I think he's got talent. LeBron James is there, so he's always going to be in the shadow of LeBron. But
And I don't think Cleveland wins championships without Irving.
no, you can't. No, there's no way. No way. So,
Carmelo Anthony.
overrated. I mean, you've already seen what happened when he went to the New York Knicks. Where have they gotten? Sorry.
Way overrated.
Way overrated.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. At this point, I would say he's overrated. Great actor, love him, but there's too much hype, I think, with him now.
Okay. Tom Brady.
Overrated.
Overrated. Got it.
I'm just gonna say that. Overrated.
All right, here's the tough one. Your parents.
Underrated.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Chip Kelly.
I think underrated. I think that the teams that he's gone to, I'm not going to say that have been crap. 49ers have been garbage. As far as Philadelphia goes, I think what ultimately kicked him out of Philadelphia is the fans. The fans in Philadelphia are ruthless. It doesn't matter what sport it is.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the Eagles were doing better.
They were doing better without him. You're right.
They were with him.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, this year they're doing better, but compared to before,
You're right.
Chip Kelly came
yeah.
to the Eagles, they started playing better with Chip Kelly.
I would like to see Chip Kelly take an offensive coordinator role in the NFL to get his feet, settled in the NFL because I know he doesn't want to go back to college. Take an offensive coordinator position somewhere, do that for a couple years, and then I think there's going to be a vacancy open enough that's going to be good enough for him as a head coach.
For sure. Now, we just watched the Super Bowl with the Atlanta Falcons,
Oh, God.
and Vic Beasley got shut down, their defensive guy.
Oh, God.
Did really well during the regular season, but got shut out in the Super Bowl. Does him getting shut out in the Super Bowl make him overrated?
No, I mean, it's part of the conspiracy, dude. I mean, I'm kidding, I don't know.
No, you're not.
As far as him, I don't think he's overrated. I think we all have bad games. I think any athlete can have a bad game. I think it's just unfortunate that he had a bad game in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl.
And it's probably maybe the Patriots prepared for him.
Underrated or overrated, Alabama.
Oh, God. Alabama, dude. They're overrated in my opinion. I think that too much hype is given to the SEC, and I think that's what helps fuel the recruiting train that the SEC has, and especially Alabama. I think without so much hype from ESPN or other networks that are always on the SEC bandwagon, I don't think Alabama's as good as they are.
Okay. Clemson, then.
Clemson, I think, is underrated. I think because the focus, when you look at college football, is always on the SEC, I think that you have teams like Clemson that go under the radar. It shows you that that they can beat an SEC school. I think there's a lot of teams that are out there that can beat the SEC, but everyone compares the SEC as like another conference of the NFL, which I do not agree with.
Correct. Deshaun Watson. Draft coming up.
Underrated for college, overrated for the NFL.
Good. It's good. That's good. That's good. Kim Kardashian.
It's overrated, dude. Oh my god. I like my women not to be fake.
Way overrated.
So way overrated.
Star Wars.
Oh, always underrated, dude.
Always underrated.
Always underrated.
Always underrated. And cement.
Cement, as in concrete?
As in cement, yes.
It's underrated. We need that for everything, dude. I'm straight up, dude. We need that for everything.